boss will be telling us very shortly that if Labour was in power, there would be a council tax freeze at the moment. Why doesn't Labour councils freeze their council tax now?
So what the government have done is that they've forced on councils these council tax increases to make up for the cuts in funding from the central government. And it means that if nothing happens now, council tax is going to go up on average by 5% on Saturday. We're saying there is another way, and what we would do if we were in government today would be to extend the windfall tax on the huge profits that the oil and gas giants are making and use that money to freeze council tax for a year, because you'll know, Kay, your viewers will know that we are right in the middle of a cost of living crisis. The most recent numbers showed inflation going up again in February. We've got gas and electricity bills twice where they were a year ago, food price inflation at a record high, and the Tory mortgage premium, still from the Conservatives' mini budget last year, means that people looking to remortgage this year are paying £2,000 more on average. That's why we're saying let's not add insult to injury by increasing council tax too.
Yeah, but this windfall tax that you keep telling us about that you would implement, you're going to use it to give pay rises to NHS staff and also to help soften the blow with these further increases in energy bills. How far is it going to go?
Well, I've been calling, as you know, Kay, for a windfall tax since January 2022. The government came up with a pale imitation, their energy profits levy, but it had so many holes in it. It means companies like Shell didn't even pay a penny of that tax last year. So we're calling on the government to extend that tax, to backdate it from when the windfall profits started to come in, to close the loopholes and set that tax rate at the same level that Norway sets theirs. That could raise over this year and next around £10 billion more than the government are currently getting in. They've left that money on the table. The council tax changes we're announcing today cost £2.7 billion. We're saying that that windfall tax money should be used to freeze council tax and give people some relief with their bills.
Yeah, but this windfall tax, this $10 billion that you're talking about, you also wanted to use that to soften the blow on the increases in energy bills and also to pay for increases in salary for NHS workers. How much would all of that cost?
Well, we previously said that it should be used to help with gas and electricity bills. In the budget, the government did announce some support for gas and electricity bills, but they're still leaving this £10 billion on the table. It's still there. It still hasn't been taxed. It still hasn't been spent. And so we're saying the government should use it now to help people with their gas and electricity bills. This policy would cost £2.7 billion this year, and the windfall tax would raise over £10 billion. So this is a fully costed, a fully funded policy. I've always been really clear, Kay. I'm not going to make any spending commitments or any commitments to cut taxes without saying where that money is going to come from. That is really important. The Tories crashed the economy last year by making unfunded tax cuts. I'm determined that Labour won't fall into those same traps. So this is a fully costed, a fully funded policy. But most crucially, it will make a massive difference to people who are struggling with all those rising prices, rising bills, rising prices, rising taxes. And we're saying that we would help by freezing council tax bill, a big monthly cost to families up and down the country.
You've also previously said that the windfall tax would be used to pay for rises for NHS staff, such as junior doctors. How much would that cost?
Well, we've never said that, Kay. What we have said previously is that the money could be used to help people with their gas and electricity bills. But the government still haven't used that money. It is still there on the table. Gas and electricity bills, after we called for them to be frozen, they have now been frozen from April. We're saying the government now can use this money that is still there, that still hasn't been taxed, increase that tax on those windfall profits and use it to freeze council tax bills.
Do you support keeping the state pension at the age where it is at the moment, or should it be increased to 68?
Sorry, I'm just having some problems with the wind here, Kay. On the state pension age, look, I'm pleased that the government have made the decision that they have today to postpone any further increases in the state pension age, because the most recent figures on life expectancy show that after increasing for decades and decades, life expectancy has now stalled. So this would be the wrong time to further increase the state pension age. We want to see the government do more to help people in their 50s and their 60s, people with disabilities back into work, but we don't think that any further increase in the state pension age is the way to do that.
I'm going to have to let you go because I know you're going to get on a train to Swindon, don't you, so that you can be with the boss as he announces.
To launch our local election campaigns.
Yeah, it's good to see you as always.